we would, oh, maybe once a month or something like that, well, Grandpa would want to go down and see his mother, you know. So Grandma would fix us a meal, fix some sandwiches. Grandpa would had them old red yellow dent corn, you know, that long. And he'd take his team, corn, their feed. And we'd go from out here on the creek, go down Turkey Track Trail to a place they call Walnut Grove, about halfway between here and West Tulsa. But I don't remember what creek it was on, but there's a lot of walnut trees. And we'd always make it there in time to eat, you know, about around noon. And he'd unhook his team and he'd feed them, and Grandma, she'd get the sandwiches out, and we'd eat and rest a little bit, and then he'd hook them up to the wagon and we'd drive on in to Aunt. Everybody called her Aunt Sari.
That's what you called your grandfather?
Grandpa's mother. They called her Aunt Sari. So we'd drive on down there, and maybe we'd stay 2 or 3 days, and then we'd make it back to this Walnut Grove, whatever it was, and we'd stop and have lunch, and he'd feed his team, let them rest a while, and then we'd come on in. But we'd go down there in the wintertime a lot of times, and Grandma would heat a big old rock on the stove, you know, and get it just real hot, and then she'd wrap it in newspaper. And we'd set it right down in front of the spring seat, and of course Grandpa probably had overshoes or something like that on, but me and Grandma, we'd put her feet on this hot rock, you know, it's all wrapped up. Man, we'd fare just fine, you know.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And but I can remember a lot of times going down there in the wagon, and if it was cold weather, she'd heat a rock, you know, and keep her feet warm. If it was in the summer, we'll always make it to Walnut Grove and water his team and feed them. Here we go again.
How do you remember that area, Pleas? The period you're talking about in the wagon trips?
Well,
much population, or mostly farmers?
Oh, I'm pretty near all farming then, you know, all up Big Salt Creek and up Fish Creek, and from Flat Rock back north was mostly all pasture land.
Yes.
But there was a lot of, but at one time, let me see if I can remember, there was Georgia Bartley lived